plant-based treaty, and our mission is to switch to a safe and just plant-based food system so that we can live within our planetary boundaries and reforest and rewild the earth. And we were inspired by the fossil fuel non-proliferation treaty in terms of the model, which is a pyramid model. So you have that grand strategic objective, which I just told you about here. And then we have 3 phases, redirect policies, and such as taxes, subsidies, public information campaigns towards plant-based. And then the other one is relinquish, no more deforestation for expanded animal agriculture, no new animal farms, no new slaughterhouses. And then the third phase is restore, that is reforest and rewild the earth. And then under that, you can have hundreds of campaigns. So that's the pyramid. And then at the bottom, you have hundreds of nonviolent tactics. So this kind of, I'm already done? Well, that was my best. This is an alarm in the back. Oh, okay.
Break you to speak up a little bit.
Okay. So we have a 5-year plan up to 2030, which is to get 1,000 cities endorsing by then, and 20 countries so that we can begin negotiations on a plant-based treaty. And so we want a global treaty, but we also want local action on the part of cities. So far, 55 cities have endorsed. And this year, at the beginning of the year, we had 60 teams, and now we already have 200 teams. So my pitch to you is in 6 months, we would like to get 1,000 teams and 100 cities. So what I need from you all is to start teams where you live. And I've talked to lots of you here, and we have some leaflets here for Canada and the US. I think that's where most people are here today. So we have a US pamphlet, and we have a Canada pamphlet, and please start a team. And what we do is we advocate for local action on the part of cities and other institutions, and also bottom-up pressure for a global treaty. That's my pitch. Thank you. Questions?
Sorry. Oh, I'm not again. Oh, okay. So I'm sorry. Can I ask from here? Sure. Do you advise and your colleagues advise getting lots of restaurants to support it before you present it to city councils? What kinds of allies do you want to see before you go to the council?
So the key is to set up a team. So you set up a local plant-based treaty team, and we use a layered approach. So you table at events, you go to councillor events, and they get to know you by name. You go to climate marches, and you do a power map, and you try to recruit different allies, from community gardeners to environmentalists to women's groups to student groups. So it's a coalition that then you go to the city, and then you do a deputation, that is a presentation in front of city council. And most of us have been activists on the streets, but haven't been lobbyists. But our idea is that all of us should be lobbyists. And because so some people say the state is the most powerful actor in the world in the sense that they set the rules of the game. And you don't want corporations telling states how to set the rules of the game, because it will be in the interest of animal ag and other things. So we need to organize and have people power and help determine, the kind of government we have, and make sure that the rules of the game are in favor of planet B. So yes. So you have to have a layered approach. Yes. Any other questions? Mark teaches at University of Toronto, and offers a vegan course on the history of eating. Wait, deep. Mark.
If anyone's interested, I will send you the syllabus so you can see what I do. Just get in your email. What I wanted to ask is, in a case like a city like Toronto or other big cities, do you organize a team for the city to begin with, or do you organize for particular, parts of the city?
So yeah, for big cities.
Can you repeat the question for the people?
So there was a question on how do you organize in big cities. So a lot of cities like New York City have boroughs, and you can organize in the boroughs. Montreal has 20 boroughs, and you organize by boroughs. So a big city like Toronto, we just have one mayor and councillors. You could organize by ward. You could do that. As we get more sophisticated, we will do that. So I think that's a good question. You can organize at the neighborhood level so that you can have lawn signs, you can have plant-based potlucks, You could have visibility at the local parades. So I do think, we need to organize locally.
You got a question on there, I guess, what is...
Go ahead, Jeanette.
It's Mark first. Mark can unmute and ask the question.
Yes. Are you familiar with fair trade cities where they try to make chocolate sherbet tea coffee fair trade certified? Because I was a part of the campaigns that made all of Edmonton and this Endorse, Alberta sign on to that treaty, and we do have a plant-based treaty group here that I was working with. My question is, do you think that these approaches will work fast enough? Because in the course that I took, they said that the consumer-based grassroots model didn't work. So we need to go to the Supreme Court, we need to go to the big power movers and show them that our house on fire like that and going under strikes in a sustainable measure because they are forced to listen to us. So I just want to ask, do you think that this grassroots approach in the normal municipal way will work when it took us like 10, 15 years just to be fair trade certified? Or should we use that layered approach to put a little bit more resources into these higher structures too? And are you working on that?
Okay,
and can you work on that with the people at the University of Alberta?
Okay. So so our approach is to get 1,000 teams by in 6 months, and in our 5-year strategic plan called Rooted in Action, our hope is to get 10,000 teams and 1,000 cities and 20 countries, so that we can begin negotiations on a global treaty. So in part, it is a legal strategy in terms of international law, but the goal is still like building, it's organizing. It's sort of like Saul Alinsky, it's momentum organizing, it's Chavez, Cesar Chavez, United Farm Workers. It's very much in that tradition of both bottom up and top down. So we combine it. So it is partly legal and it's bottom up. It's called grassroots and grass tops. So it's like, we want you to be advocates, working with governments, but we also want grassroots organizing. So it's a combination. And historically that's worked in a lot, like in the workers movement, having both those approaches. You can actually win campaigns. You can organize to win by using comprehensive campaigns, lots of tactics that are both bottom up and top down. So,
I don't know if we wanted to go on. Allison?
I'd like to put Anita's contact information in the chat and proceed to the next presentation, which is also from Plant-Based Treaty. Lise? Is Lise ready to present?
Plant-based treaty, won't you sign on the dotted line? We're gonna eat plants, we're gonna plant trees. It is time to realign. We need diet change, not climate change. It's time to rearrange our priorities and endorse the plant-based treaty.